the key. Rich is going to jump center here against Mike Miller. And we're all set around the center jump circle. Aberdeen in the red, blue, and the gold. The Colonels in their home gold and the black. The opening tap, shipped twice by Miller, goes back to Kuiper in the backcourt, and the Colonels will come on offense. Straight up man-to-man defense. To start it out, ball goes right-hand side to Young. Bounce pass Cogley in the corner. Back out front, Kippis there. Now Kuiper at the point. Down low, Miller's got position. Miller just kind of beat most of the spot that time and got in position to turn and put it on in.
Well, something unusual. Miller starting on a low block to start the game.
Out front, here's Jeffrey now, the 6'3 senior, number 33. Gives it off on his left-hand side to Axel, still way out away from the basket. Now to Rich in three-point land on the left-hand side on the wing. Right back out front, Josh Reif, the guard, did not play, was not in town when the Colonels came last time to play at Aberdeen. Here's a pass left side tipped, but it finds its way to Axel. He puts it up too strong. Rebound, foul, and Aberdeen's going to go to the free throw line. Nice offensive board there by Bo Johnston as he follows the missed shot by Eric Axel. So Johnston will go to the foul line. Mike Miller picks up a quick foul, number one. You heard Coach Gary Munson talking about that in the pregame. Cannot afford to get Miller and Cogley into foul trouble.
Well, Johnston and Axel do a pretty good job of crashing the boards. That time Johnston got the offensive rebound, comes up a little bit short on the first free throw.
6'5 senior has not scored a lot of points against Mitchell. Just 2 and 4 in the two games we played. Second free throw rolls and goes for it. So Aberdeen on the board. It's 2-1 the Colonels. No pressure here. Eagles will pick up Mitchell man-to-man as they come into the front court. Kuiper on the dribble, crossover to the free throw line. Bounce pass now right side to Cogley. He'll just clear it right back out front again. Got Miller out on the perimeter this time now. Around. Miller goes in, starts to drive, hanging in the air. There's the pass down low. Cogley will lay it in. Good feed by Mike Miller as he hung up in the air side of the lane and saw Cogley underneath. It's 4-1. Colonels.
Aberdeen. Penetrates. Nice pass to Cogley on the base. He scores off the glass.
Eagles go down low again. Here's Bo Johnston trying to work in on Miller. Still with the ball in lane and a 3-second call. Now Johnston faked a couple of times, wanted to go right, left. Couldn't quite make up his mind and then got called for being in the lane too long. So turnover against Aberdeen Central.
And also Mike Miller has to be careful on the defensive end not to pick up his second foul.
Well, if you're Derek Wilson, you go right inside there every time. Out front, Kuiper. At the point to Young. Young's got an open look. No, he passes underneath to Cogley, loses his balance now, and the ball comes loose, and Aberdeen on the rebound. Boy, Tony Young, was wide open at the left elbow of the free throw line. Tom came down with his legs found the left. Aberdeen coming down inside again. This time it's Axel, turnaround fadeaway. No good. Miller on the rebound. Axel putting it up over the top of Cogley. Here comes Miller flying down the middle of the floor. Free throw line. Jumpers on the way. Short. Miller gets his own rebound. Spins. Puts it up. That falls out no good. And now Axel clears it out of there. A couple of good shots inside for Miller, but they would not fall. Still 4-1. Johnson. Bounce pass left side. Rich guarded by Young, and we're going to get a offensive foul called away from the ball over by the free throw line against Aberdeen Central. It'll be on Jeffrey. He and Kippis do a little shoving there at the free throw line. And the Eagles are going to make a substitution. Here, Bryce Nerlin, number 15, a 6'2 senior, is going to come into the line.
And also Chris Knight, the 6'1 sophomore. Colonels have to be aware. Nerlin and Knight, pretty good shooters from the outside.
Out front, Kippis with a basketball. Now leaves it for Young. Young looking for some help as Miller comes way outside. Knight on him. Miller's going to take him to the hole, and they're going to call a hold out by the free throw line, and probably a good foul there by Knight because Mike Miller got that first step, and he was on his way to the basket. And now Rich is going to come right back in, and Knight is going to go out. So maybe Derek Roby just checking with Aaron Rich and saying, how do you feel? How's that ankle holding up for you? Because he is right back in. Colonels throw it in. Second team foul, by the way, against Aberdeen. Miller has it out on the right-hand wing. Starts a drive to the basket, trying to twist into the lane. We're going to get a foul called before. Apparently he went up for the shot, or was going to twist for the shot. As Jeff Wilbur says, it occurred on the floor where he was grabbed, and it'll be Colonel's ball to get out of bounds underneath their own basket. Aaron Rich is going to pick up his first of the ball game. Miller to toss it in, goes way on the floor to Kuiper. Now in the hands of Kippis, back to Miller left side. Underneath, there's Cogley, and it's blocked by Aaron Rich. Nice defensive play by Rich. Colonel's good job of passing the ball, but Rich Now Rich right baseline, 12-footer, a little too strong. They bang for the rebound and finally comes loose to Kippis in the corner. They'll give it to Cogley, and the Colonels want to push the ball. Still a 4-1 game. Underneath for Miller, and he was way behind the backboard that time and had to just slap it to keep it in. Now Rich going to go for a three-pointer from out front. That's off the front. Rebound, Knight puts it back up. That one rolls in. Rich Knight on the offensive board. The Colonels lead cut down to 1. We're at the 4:25 mark. Now quarter number 1. Aberdeen fans yelling defense here down below us. Young comes out front. Zone defense. Piper takes it left side. Miller fakes the three, steps in for the two-pointer, and that's short. Well, he's not shooting the ball like he was last night. Last night he could not miss.
Every time he goes around the baseline, both Axel and Johnston.
Oh, we're going to get a foul as Young was trying to follow the dribble and ran into a pick by Axlin, and it did not look like an illegal pick, but I think what they're saying is maybe that Axlin got the forearm more hard. Gets back up okay. Derek Roby not at all happy about that call. The foul called on Axlin, and now a technical foul on Derek Roby. Well, it was Dwayne Fiala made the call out front, but then Roby was constantly in the ear of Jeff Wilbur as he was right in front of him that side of the floor, and Wilbur flashes the tee. So Mike Miller will go to the free throw line to shoot the technical. And the free throw rolls and goes in for him. 5-3, Mitchell by 2 points. Again, Young was running down the floor. Axlin came out on a three-point range, set the screen, but I think they just ruled that he got the forearm up and gave him a shove there. And Miller will make both free throws. So it's 6-3, halfway through the quarter. And Tony Young will work out between the circles. Listening to Colonel Basketball on KMIT in Mitchell tonight. Tim Smith along with Steve Felhain and Scott Hilly. Piper, left-hand side to Miller. He goes for the tray. It's good. That's what we were seeing last night, of course.
And just coming off the pick to the top of the key, for some reason, Aberdeen, they just lose track of Mike Turner on that particular play. They got the good look at the three and buried it.
9-3 ball game now. Inside Johnston. Feeds it out on the wing. Rich trying to drive. Spins. Fades away side of the lane. Nope. Didn't draw any iron with that one. Tough shot. Cogley picks it up to Miller. They push it down the floor. Kuiper. Cross court. Young will go for a three. That one's short. Rebound Aberdeen has it. Josh Reif pulls it out. His long Rich will drive all the way in. He's fouled as he takes it to the hole. Well, good outlet pass by Reif that time to get it started to the other end. Both teams had good transition opportunities there.
Well, it appears early that Aaron Rich really knocks favor in the leg a little bit. He's getting up and down the floor with relative ease. TJ Sudbeck going to come in for the Colonels and replace Tony Young.
First substitution for the Colonels. Sudbeck averaging just about 4 points per ball game. Aaron Rich at the line has not scored yet tonight, and in and out with the free throw. So it's still 9-3. We're at 3:07 to play here in quarter number 1. Colonels with just 2 team fouls. Aberdeen Central has 5 thus far. Miller and Young with the 2 fouls. Rich's second one, again, no good. Hard off the back of the iron, and it comes out to Sudbeck in front of the Colonel bench. Now Miller down the middle of the floor. Stops out front. We'll leave it for Kuiper. And looks like we're back to man-to-man defense. Coming out of the 2-3 zone now are the Eagles. Kippis way out on the right-hand side. Starts to penetrate. Can't go anywhere with it. Leaves it for Miller at the point. Not a lot of movement here by Mitchell on offense. Kind of out of sync. Kippis. Well, that was a very ineffective time down the floor for the Colonels. I don't know if half of them didn't recognize they were in a man-to-man or what, but it just did not get any offense run.
A lot of standing around kind of looking at each other like what we're supposed to do, and that time they turned into a turnover for the Colonels. That's their second here in the game.
First foul on Kippis. So still 9-3. Right from the shorts. Leaves it left side. Bryce Nerlin with the basketball. Guarded by Miller out in three-point range. Tonight, down low, but hold on. We got something away from the ball. And it's going to be a hold on T.J. Sudbeck at the side of the lane. Well, that maybe saved a basket there because it looked like Eric Axland was ready for an easy layup underneath. Sudbeck will pick up his first, and now 4 team fouls on Mitchell. Reif to throw it in, comes to Rich, takes it right into the lane, hanging in the air, big collision, and a charging foul going to be called on Rich. He went over the top of Cogley, and then Kuiper came down on top of Rich. Foul number 2 on Aaron Rich. And right away, he's going to have to come out of the lineup, and back in will be Bo Johnston, the 6'5 senior. Still 9-3. We've been stuck on this score here now for about 2 minutes, maybe a little more than that. Miller will bring it up. Man-to-man D again. Bounce pass goes into the corner. Left side, Sudbeck tried to take it up the baseline. Couldn't go. Back out for Miller. Miller to the free throw line, and he's grabbed on the arm as he tries to go up with a shot. Josh Reif. Miller's again got that first step, just had the head and shoulders ahead of him, and that's why that 6'8 frame is tough to guard, because he gets that long step on you. If you put a quick guy on him, he can't take him size-wise, and the big guys can't stay with him quickness-wise. Miller's free throw is good. 3 for 3 at the line for Miller. He's got 8 points here in the first quarter. 10-3 Colonels. And the second one also good. Miller coming into the game 74% on the year. 11-3 as the Colonels continue to open it up. And again, the situation for Aberdeen, they're having trouble scoring points against the Colonels, and we're going to get a travel. Yeah, Chris Knight on the wing wanted to start a drive, and he shuffled the feet a little bit before he started to go. Well, in the shooting department, 1 of 6 for Aberdeen. Put 5 turnovers together with that.
Not a good start with Rich on the bench with 2 fouls.
Kuiper out front. Pass goes down low to Cogley. Kicks it out on the wing. Miller's got to look at a 3. Count it. And Derek Roby's got to stop the clock right here. Timeout. Aberdeen for the quarter. We'll come back to the Palace in 60 seconds.
Mom's cleaning out the...
Back at the Corn Palace, Aberdeen Central putting the ball in play here with 1:45 now to go in the quarter. We're going to get your score on the Merlin game here just in a second here when we get a stop and play. Out front, Eric Axland, bounce pass in the corner. Knight for 3. That one's too strong. They go after the rebound, and this might be Miller with a second foul. Yep. One of those where Miller turned to go after it, and he may not have meant to, but there was definitely contact there. And second foul against Mike Miller, so he will have to sit, and Dexter Nas will come in.
Well, during the break, we were just saying, really, Aberdeen really has not gotten a good look at the basket. Their only baskets off an offensive rebound by Knight.
Now here's a 3, and that's good from the right corner.
Well,
just as we
talked,
yeah.
Miller goes out, and they bury a 3, and they have a little life down by 11. You're thinking they could get blown out. And right now, confidence with Miller on the bench hitting the 3. They're back in the game.
Let's see what they can do here before the end of the quarter. Bryce Nerland with that 3. It's 14-6. Kuiper up top for the Colonels. Starts to penetrate, stopped at the side of the lane, and finally finds Cogley open. And now they bring it back out front, start the offense over again. Aberdeen's in the zone, 2-3 zone. Cogley way out on the left-hand side. We're under a minute now. Kuiper in the lane fakes, goes up, turn around, and he got it in. Nice shot by Ernie Kuiper. 16-6. Colonels back by 10. Josh Reif into the front court for the Eagles. Takes it down to the right-hand corner. Pass goes inside. This is Axland backing in, turns and hits it. Well, they've hit 2 in a row.
Axland just backs in on Dexter Nas. He's a little more offensive punch with Axland going in against Dexter Nas and not Mike Miller in.
16-8. Nas left side, 27 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Now Kippis, free throw line, high arching jumper, off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound pulled out by Aberdeen. Josh Reif has it. 18 seconds into the front court. Nerland again left side. And right back out to Reif. They can go for a last shot here. Down by 8 points. 9-8. Out front, Bo Johnston at the point. Now we're down to 5, 4. Here's Reif on the side to the baseline. Here's his 12-foot jumper. Too strong. Rebound comes loose, and that's the end of the first quarter. And up in Brookings tonight, with 10 minutes to go in the game, it is Northern 73, Kearney State of Nebraska. There we go, the start of the second quarter. We'll get some shooting stats in a little bit here as Aberdeen goes to work. Aaron Rich back in the lineup now with his 2 fouls. Ball goes down into the corner, and a drive started by Axland. Takes it right in the middle of the lane, gives it back out to Rich. He goes to the free throw line, can't get off a shot. Now here's a 3 from the right side, and that is up and good by Mike Guthrie. So the Eagles have hit a couple of 3-pointers that have put them right back into the hunt, down by just 5.
Well, they were 3 of 10 to end the first quarter for 30%, but have made 3 of their last 4, and 2 of them 3-point baskets.
Colonels were 5 of 12 in the first quarter, so not that hot. Here's Sudbeck from long range, and that's a 2-pointer. Feet on the line, T.J. Sudbeck. 18-11, 7. Miller back in with his 2 fouls, and as we said, Aaron Rich with his 2, so they'll have to be a little careful. Out front, Bo Johnston right at the point, leaves it for Rich on the left-hand side. Now back up top, Geffrey working on Kuiper, can't go. Rich, 16-footer on the way, in and out, no good, and on the rebound, we got a foul, and it will go which way here? On Aberdeen, on Axland, apparently, as Cogley had inside position. And that will be enough for the 1-and-1. Pick up his second foul of the game. Coming back in for the Eagles, Bryce Nerlens, number 15, the 6'2 senior. It will be Tom Cogley going to the free throw line here, and Tom has not lit it up from the line. Coming into the game, 35%. He's 13 out of 37 on the year. This one is good. Rolls it in. 3 points for Cogley here tonight. Scoring, Miller has 12. Cogley is next with 3, and for Aberdeen, the 3-point basket by Geffrey and the 3 by Nerland, and they are their 2 leading scorers. And Cogley gets them both to go. Colonels back up by 9 at 20-11 with a minute gone here in quarter number 2. Geffrey, the 6'3 senior, will bring it up. Kuiper on him man-to-man, and Nerland out front. Trying to work in for the shot is Johnston. Comes up short. Rebound. Rich has got it and puts it in. Aaron Rich, first basket of the night. And brings Aberdeen Central back to within 7 at 20-13. Kuiper out front. 2-3 zone again here. Golden Eagles. Miller playing outside with Kuiper. Now runs through the middle of the defense. They get it to Young. Bounce pass into Cogley. Ball comes loose. They chase it in the corner. Miller's going to run it down. He starts to drive. Loses his footing. Goes to the floor. Ball still loose. And now they're going to call Cogley on a foul for jumping in, going after the loose ball. And that will be his first of the basketball game. Well, it was the right idea. Tony Young trying to get it down to Cogley. But the pass was a little too hot, a little too high, and Tom couldn't pull it down. Still a 7-point ball game. Out front, Tyler Holm with it now for the Eagles. Picks up the dribble, needs some help. Still looking for some help. Got to hurry. Almost a 5-second call. Just got it away to Aaron Rich in time. Rich backing in on Young. Stopped at the free throw line. Now here's Nerland right side. Nerland has it poked away momentarily by Kuiper. Picks it back up. Back out to Geffrey. Takes it into the lane. He and Cogley bang into each other. We've got an offensive foul on Geffrey. Well, we're seeing some pretty good defense at both ends of the floor.
Yes, we are. Cogley has drawn his second offensive charge here in the game. They've always got to be better. Cogley can notice that. Slides over and helps out team defense-wise so well.
And now Miller has it up, thrown away out front by Geffrey. He goes all the way. Miller lets him go. He isn't going to pick up that third foul. Nice play by Geffrey. And he gets the 2. Now Miller coming back to the other end. Drives in. Offensive foul. There's number 3. Bo Johnston holding his ground at the side of the lane. You know, you can almost see it in Mike Miller's eyes. I think he was a little bit embarrassed. He got that ball stolen. You could almost see it in his eyes that he was going to come back, get that basket back, and he got a little over-anxious that time.
Well, you know, that time Mike Miller's out of control, coming down the floor, trying to do it all by himself, and it cost the Colonel.
Here's Geffrey again to the other end, puts up the shot, goes out of bounds off the rim and off of Geffrey. I think it came back down and hit him in the leg, and it went out. But it's a 5-point game, 20-15, and Mike Miller on the bench with 3 fouls.
Sometimes we sit up here and kind of question some fouls, but I think the 3 fouls that Mike Miller tonight are the ones that they were called.
Well, Colonel's going to have to get something done here now, offensively. Sudbeck from the corner, long range, puts it up off the front, no good. Rebound, Bo Johnston. Bringing it up will be Josh Reif, and if you're Aberdeen Central, you got to have some pretty good confidence right now, because you probably won't see Mike Miller for the remaining 4:40 of the first half. And you're only down by 5. Side of the lane, Holm having trouble holding on to it. Now they go to the floor, and Holm picks it up and gets the pass away. Almost had a jump ball. Here's Rich, left corner, steps in, one dribble, takes the shot from 15, no good. On the rebound, we've got a push. It's going to go inside on Mitchell. Might be Dexter Nas going to pick this one up for the Colonels. And that's going to bring Ryan Garrett, the 6-foot sophomore, off the bench now for Mitchell. And he will come in for Dexter Nas. But Garrett's at just 6 foot, so you got Cogley at 6'4", and that's really your only size against this Aberdeen front line now. Free throw on the way, no good by Holm, comes right into the hands of Bo Johnston, who lays it up and in.
Well, and Aberdeen so far out-rebounding the Colonels 12-6. Eagles killing the Colonels on the boards here in the first half.
3-point game. Mitchell's got to be patient. Garrett slides it into the lane. Cogley fakes, goes up, has it blocked. Here's Kuiper, free throw line. He banked it in. Well, at this point, Colonels will take anything they can get. And Kuiper has his second basket. To 17. Mitchell again by 5 halfway through the quarter. Rich trying to go inside. Garrett's reaching around, knocks the ball away. Gets it off to Tony Young. Good defensive play by Garrett. Young taking it down to the left corner. Kuiper side of the lane, and somebody reached in and I think got him right alongside the head that time.
Two things, Tim. I think what we'll see in the last really 4 minutes is with Axland coming in and Holm going out, look for Aberdeen to really push it down low, and if we double team to dish it out to Rich for a 3, and then for Aberdeen on the defensive end, they're just going to pack that zone in and see if the Colonels can hit from the outside. The Colonels need some shooters on the floor with Miller on the bench.
Ernie Kuiper steps up, hits the first free throw. 71% on the year is Ernie. He's got 5 points now tonight again. Had a nice 8-point ball game last night. That foul was on Holm, his first. 10 fouls on Aberdeen Central, so it's 2 shots on everything for the Colonels. And Kuiper will make them both. So Mitchell now out to a 24-17 lead. They were up by 5 when Miller left the floor. Right-hand side, Josh Reif. They try to go inside. Ball knocked away by Garretts again. Good job by Ryan.
Garretts with the good quickness. The pass coming in a little soft from the wing. He's using his quickness to get around the player and knock the ball out of bounds.
Chris Knight is going to check back in the lineup for the Golden Eagles. The 6'1 sophomore. Nerland will come out. 3.5 to play in the first half. Lob pass comes out to Rich. He fakes the 3. Starts a drive. Side of the lane, fakes again, goes up with a jumper, way short. Rebound, Johnston underneath, and there's a whistle and a foul as he tried to take it back up and in. Actually, pretty good defense by the Colonels there. They were in good position, but Rich's shot came up so short that time that barely touched the rim and just kind of came right down underneath into the hands of Bo Johnston.
Well, a lot of fouls here in the first half. Aberdeen with the 10. Colonels now with that foul. With Garrett, they're 19 fouls, and now 2 shots for every foul in the last 3:24.
Well, and Aberdeen's not hitting them. They're only 1 of 6 from the free throw line. Mitchell is 8 of 8 from the line, and now 1 of 7. As Johnston misses them both, so that has hurt Aberdeen Central. No doubt about that. Still down 24-17. Kuiper way out front directing a little traffic here. Aberdeen's gotten back into the zone. Cogley left side, out to Young, out front at the point. Bounce pass, Sudbeck left side, takes a dribble in, wants the shot, partially blocked by Knight. Rebound comes loose, and they're going to call a travel on Bo Johnston. There was contact. Johnston went up. The body's banged. He came down, lost his footing, and that's where they call the travel. So they say not enough for a foul.
Now Cogley and Johnston banging down low.
Kuiper will toss it in from the baseline, lobs it out on the floor to Sudbeck. He just waits for Kuiper to come back and get it at the point. They want Sudbeck to take the high post here at the free throw line against the zone. Young to Kuiper, now left-hand side to Cogley. They're trying to set up Sudbeck for the shot here, but he doesn't have it. He came off the pick at the top and was not open. Back to Tony Young it goes. Now Sudbeck again into the corner to Kuiper. Kuiper starts up the baseline. They cut him off there. Back out front, Young drives the lane, hanging in the air, puts a shot up, no good. Cogley with a rebound, he'll clear it back out front. Garretts to Sudbeck, down low Kuiper in the land of the Giants, no shot, back to Young, spins in the lane, puts it up on the run, won't go. Cogley with another rebound, closes it out again.
That brings the fans off their seats. The Colonels appreciative of Cogley working hard on the board.
Cogley is working hard on the boards. He is the only size we have on the floor against the 3 big boys for Aberdeen. 2 minutes to go in the half. Still 24-17 Mitchell. Tony Young working out front in between the circles. To Kuiper. Now Cogley left-hand side. Mitchell looking for a good shot here. Garrett's on the left-hand wing, nothing. Now they reverse it around to the right side again. Taking time off the clock here, and Mitchell can be patient with a 7-point lead. Young Sudbeck left side into the corner. Kuiper fakes a shot, starts a drive. He puts it up on the run. No good this time. Over the top of the rim, and Bo Johnston comes away with it. Well, Mitchell got 4 shots at the basket that trip down the floor, but came up empty. But now we're down to a minute. Out front, Josh Wright will take it to the corner. Rich up the baseline. Nice pass underneath. Open is Axland for the lay. Eric Axland has 4 points. 24-19. Young and Kuiper out front, and it's still going to be the zone. Ball goes left-hand corner to Sudbeck. Clears it right back out front again. Now inside the lane, Garrett tries to make a move in. Couple of dribbles, puts it up with the left hand and in. Ryan Garrett has given the Colonels a big lift coming off the bench here. The sophomore in the second quarter. 26-19, 40 seconds to go. Rich in the left corner, into the side of the lane. There's Axland. Axland makes a move, across the lane, leaves it for Knight. Knight with a 15-footer on the way. That's good from the right side. Chris Knight's second basket. 26-21, and now the Colonels will probably hold here for the last shot before halftime. Looks as though they have survived here in the second quarter with Mike Miller on the bench with 3 fouls, and will take a lead into the locker room. Young holding on, 9-8 seconds to go. Out to Kuiper, 7-6. Kuiper up the side of the lane, leaves it for Sudbeck, 3-2. Kuiper a three-pointer, no good off the back. That's the end of the first half. With the Corn Palace, the championship of District 3 AA. It's Mitchell, 26. Aberdeen score from Pierre as well. Pierre has now taken the lead, 31-27 over Huron. So the Governors are up by 4 points at halftime of that third-place game. Here we go to start the third quarter. Mitchell will have the basketball, leading by 5. Kuiper going to take it in the lane, stops, pops, and hits it. Ernie Kuiper with 8 points in the ball game now.
2-3 zone just kind of parted inside the free throw line area, and Ernie took advantage and scored.
Well, most people do not have a concern where Ernie is on the floor, and he's taking advantage of it here tonight. Rich going to go down low, backing in Bo Johnston. Miller holds his ground this time. They have to give it up. Geffrey out at the free throw line. You know they're going to try and work down low if they can. Here's Axel inside of the lane. Picks up the dribble, leans back, and got it to go. Well, he found enough room to get around Cogley to put it in. He was way underneath the backboard, but kind of reached back, got it down.
Well, that time both big guys, Axel and Johnson, touched the ball for the Aberdeen.
Here's a shot from the free throw line. Will not go by the Colonels. Put up by Young, and back will come to the other end. Still a 5-point ball game at 28-23. 1 minute gone here in the quarter. Ball goes left side. Rife gets it down, and now it's knocked away by Cogley. They were trying to go inside to Axel again. Cogley stepped around, knocked the ball away. Kuiper will bring it back up. Man-to-man defense for Aberdeen. Here's Miller right side, drives inside of the lane, leans in with a shot, and is he going to get the offensive foul? He is. Foul number 4 right there. And I don't know. If you're a Colonel fan, you probably say no, but that's a pretty tough call to make. Eric Axland was there. So Miller is going to get number 4. He will have to sit. And I'm actually kind of surprised he made that move.
Well, for a guy with 3 fouls, that was a tough play.
Well, now the Colonels have their backs to the wall here without question. Aberdeen goes right inside on a traveling call. Good double team down low. J.J. Kippis came over with Cogley to help out on Bo Johnston, and the travel call on Johnston as he tried to turn to go to the basket. Well, 28-23, and Kuiper will take his time bringing it up, and we're going to be in a battle now. Kuiper right-hand side, spins, goes to the free throw line with it, stopped, comes back out to Young. Young drives the lane, dishes off to Kippis. Kippis goes up with a shot, can't get it to fall. Rebound underneath Cogley, knocked out of his hands, and no foul called, and the Colonel fans thought there was one, but Young will come away with the ball out front. Now here's Kippis' free throw line again. He's cut off defensively. Back outside to Kuiper. Bounce pass goes down low. Cogley with a fake. Nice move. Puts it up and scores. He got Axland up in the air. Cogley now with 6 points, and it's 30-23.
Cogley has to be more of an offensive threat now. That time he really looked to the basket and made the move, a nice strong move.
Josh Rife will bring it up. Colonels need to play the D. Rich, good look underneath. He's got a man wide open. Rich in the middle of the lane, one up in the air. Sabo Johnston breaking right underneath the basket. Back to a 5-point ball game again. And an official's timeout. Kuiper is asking for it. Says, can he tie his shoe? And Dwayne Fiala says, yes, go ahead and get that done in the backcourt with 5:22 to go. Well, our question as to how long we were going to go without a fourth foul on Mike Miller was answered very early. Just a minute into the third quarter.
And Coach Gary Munson, how long do you sit Mike Miller in this game? Do you wait till the fourth quarter?
Oh, I would think so.
Yeah.
Sudbeck right side. You're just hoping that the Colonels can hang in there, play some tough D, and keep the scoring down. Young into the lane. Kippis moved to the right. The jumper no good. Cogley on the tip in. 8 points for Tom Cogley. Well, Colonels are executing the offense well. They're penetrating the lane real nicely. Geoffrey brings it up for Aberdeen. Goes to Rich left side. Starts a drive. Leaves it back behind him for Johnston. Now Geoffrey for a three. Good. His second one of the ball game. The 6'3" senior Mike Geoffrey makes it a 4-point game at 32-28.
Well, counting the last two shots of the half and the first three here in the third quarter, the Aberdeen Eagles are 5 for 5.
There's Kippis, right-hand side. Out to Kuiper, now left-hand corner. Sudbeck's got a wide-open look at a three, but that one's a little bit too strong. And Bo Johnston on the rebound. Aberdeen looking to get as close as they have been in this game since the outset. As they trail now by 4, and Cogley's going to get the pass. Sudbeck got a hand on it. Cogley steps in front of Axelin to get it. Here's Kuiper, the other end, stops in the middle of the lane. The jumper no good. Cogley in for the rebound and clears it out again. He is just swinging the elbows in there. Now Young, free throw line jumper. That's short, and Rich comes out of there. And now a 3-on-1, and Rich runs over Kuiper. What are we going to get? Offensive foul. Good call.
And Rich is getting up awfully slow.
That's not because he's hurt. That's because he's, I think, a little upset and disappointed there.
Yep.
They had a 3-on-1 wide open break down the floor. Kuiper took a chance, planted right in the center jump circle, and Rich went over the top of him. And that was a big stop there because they had a layup coming at the other end. Still 32-28 Mitchell. 3:40 to go in the third period.
Well, your seniors are stepping up. Kuiper and Cogley here with Miller on the bench.
Sudbeck, dribble left side, backs out into three-point land, and now looking for Tony Young. Gets the ball to him out front. Young takes it right to the point, being guarded by Rich. Ball goes right corner. Kuiper starts to move inside the lane, and we're going to get a hold call there. It's going to be on Josh Wright. That's just the second foul called on Aberdeen. Mitchell has just one so far here in the quarter. Colonels will throw it in from underneath. Sudbeck to inbound. Comes out to Young. Now Sudbeck in the corner. He's got the look in. This time hits the three. That's a big one. Second basket for T.J. Sudbeck. And the Colonels lead by 7 with 3:10 to go in the third. And Mike Miller has been on the bench all this quarter, 5 minutes of the second quarter with foul trouble. And a pass picked off in the lane. It went through the hands of Tyler Holm. Here comes Kippis all the way. Scores! Timeout Aberdeen. Who needs Mike Miller on the team basketball? Picking it up on the defensive end are the Colonels. The lead is 9, and we'll be back into us. The Northern State Wolves have defeated Kearney of Nebraska. 92-86 is the final score. So Northern moves to the championship game tomorrow night. South Dakota State, of course, will be playing next in that semifinal. Aberdeen Central down by 9 with the ball. Aaron Rich going inside. Bo Johnston slips a pass into Knight. Foul called there as they go to the floor. We're going to get an offensive foul, I believe, called on Knight as he ran over Kuiper. I'll tell you what, the Colonels are playing some major league defense here. And we were commenting during the timeout, we're a little bit surprised what Aberdeen, they're constantly trying to go inside. I suppose they feel with Miller on the bench, but boy, they're not being effective at all.
They're not really in the flow of their offense here and trying to do too much, trying to post Axelin and Johnson up down low.
Kuiper tried to penetrate, couldn't go. Ball goes left side. Sudbeck up the baseline. Shot wouldn't go in, but they've got him on the arm. T.J. Sudbeck will go to the free throw line. And the Colonels have a chance to extend their lead here into double figures with 2:20 to go in the quarter. Not only that, but it is now the fourth foul on Aaron Rich. So he and Mike Miller are even Steven in that department, and Rich is going to have to go to the bench. Bryce Nerlin will come in.
Colonel's doing a great job. The fans are into the game, and really the Colonels with Sudbeck, Miller, Cogley showing what they'll have next year on the floor.
T.J. Sudbeck making the free throw. 67% coming into the ball game, 8 of 12 from the line. He's got 6 points tonight. And the second one, no good off the left-hand side. And Cogley sneaks in to get it. Did he step? Yeah, he stepped on the baseline. Good hustle anyway by Tom Cogley. Almost had it taken away. The fans are showing their appreciation of the Colonel defense here.
That was the first miss of the game for the Colonels on the free throw line. Now 9 of 10.
38-28 is the score with 2:10 to go in the quarter. Out front, Bryce Nerlin with it. Young in his face. Nerlin picks up the dribble, gets the pass away, starting a drive down the middle. Reif scoops it up underhanded, wouldn't go. Ball out of bounds, and who touched it last? They say it went off the fingertips of Eric Axland. Kippis, Cogley, Axland all going after it, and Dwayne Fiala right there under the basket said it touched Axland's hand.
Well, Coach Gary Munson told Ernie Kuiper to quit gambling. He tried to steal. Reif got it, penetrated. They didn't. They came up empty.
Yeah, with a 10-point lead, you can play her a little safe. Make Aberdeen earn those shots now. Cogley left side. Sudbeck spins and fires. We're going to get a foul called before he put up the shot.
Bryce Nerlin coming through the pick of Sudbeck, kind of pushed him out of the way. That'll be his first.
5 fouls on Aberdeen, 1 foul on Mitchell here in the third period. Ball comes out front. They get it to Sudbeck, left side, 15-footer baseline, way over the top of the rim this time. And Knight comes flying out of there with a basketball. And slow it down now, gives it to Reif on his left-hand side. Into the corner, Nerlens trying to look inside. Now the bounce pass goes in, and turning to the basket being fouled is going to be Axland. This will be before the shot, so Eagles will have the ball underneath their own basket. Kippis with his second foul of the ball game. Well, Aberdeen Central, if things don't change here, going to look at this as a big missed opportunity. Wow. Knight into the lane, hangs in the air, puts it in. Nice shot by Chris Knight. Held the ball up high in the right hand as he leaned into the basket. 6 points for Knight. It's 38-30 as we approach 1 minute to go in the quarter. Kuiper, right side, spinning, going down to the baseline to Kippis. Doesn't have the shot. He'll just clear it right back out front again. Kuiper now to Sudbeck on the left-hand side. Keeper in the corner to Young. To Kippis. He's in the middle of the lane. He'll fade away with a jumper. 2 bounces off the rim. No good. Rebound. Aberdeen comes out of there with it. Axland has it. 45 seconds on the clock. Chance to cut it down to a 6-point game. Maybe 5 with a 3. As we close in on the quarter. Nerlin for a 3 left corner. No good. Kippis has the rebound. I would think Mitchell might hold for 1 here now. And I think that's exactly what they're going to do. Yep, 27 seconds to go in the quarter. Well, if you can be up by 8 points with Mike Miller sitting on the bench the whole quarter, you have done yourselves a job. Credit to Kuiper, Kippis, Young, Sudbeck, Cogley. They have worked extremely hard here in this quarter. Kuiper out front. We're down to 9. 8 seconds to go. Ernie still with it now to the free throw line. Pass to Cogley. Drives. Scores, and he's fouled. 4 seconds to go on the clock. The Colonels have taken a 10-point lead, so not only have they held their own, they have increased the 5-point lead they had at halftime in this quarter. Cogley will go to the line looking for his 11th point.
Well, a great play by Kuiper and Cogley. The back door worked to perfection. Cogley, the nice bounce pass from Kuiper. Cogley scores, makes the free throw.
Here they come for a last-second shot. Knight puts it up, or Reif rather, for Shook. 41-30. Mitchell at the end of 3 quarters without the services of Mike Miller. We'll be back in a minute.
One in Mitchell, clearly the best.
Well, the Colonels outscored Aberdeen Central by a margin of 15-9 in that third quarter. Mike Miller now back in to start the fourth quarter. So is Aaron Rich. Rich going to take it right to the side of the lane. Nice pass underneath. Bo Johnston open for the lay-in. So it's 41-32, the Colonels. Miller out front. 6 turnovers against Aberdeen Central in that third quarter as well. That really hurt them there. Sudbeck, right-hand corner. Comes out front. Kuiper. Now Miller on the left-hand wing, out in three-point range. Cross court. Sudbeck will let it fly. Good two-pointer. Toes were just on the line. 8 points for T.J. Sudbeck. He had 4 in that third quarter. Cogley had 7 in the third quarter. Kuiper had a basket. Kippis had a basket. So they spread it around. Rich going down to the baseline. Pass to Johnston. Now back out to Axland, and they'll reverse it over to the right-hand side. With the basketball there is Geffrey. Kuiper on him. Geffrey gives it up to Rich. Rich drives to the free throw line. Got caught in the air, and the ball knocked away by Miller. And that could have been foul number 5. Close one right there.
Could have easily.
Man, reached in, and he got ball. If it would have been the arm, that would have been it.
I'm sure Gene Rich up at Aberdeen Station probably thought it was a foul.
Sudbeck from the corner for 3. 11 points for T.J. Sudbeck. The 6'2 junior has his second 3 of the ball game, and the Colonels have pulled out to a 46-32 advantage with 6:20 to play. Ball goes inside off the leg of Axland, and now Cogley is going to get caught for reaching around. Just the second foul on Tom Cogley. Well, Cogley looks like he's been in a war. The face is a little red. The hair is all messed up, standing on end. Looks like he just been through the car wash without a car. Ball will come from underneath. Josh Reif will throw it in from the baseline. Geffrey on the right-hand wing to the free throw line, all the way into the basket. Puts it up, but it wouldn't fall, and then out of bounds. Who touched it last? Geffrey did. It'll be Colonel Ball. Good move by Geffrey. Just could not get that ball to fall. So Mitchell now in a situation where they can play some patient basketball. Still 6 minutes to play, but a 14-point lead. Kuiper drives the lane, kicks it out to Young. His 10-footer, no good. Cogley tries to put up the rebound, and he may have been shoving off as he did it. Yeah. Could see that right arm, the forearm, go sticking out. He tried to tip it with the left arm, so Cogley picks up a second one quickly, and that'll be his 3rd foul of the game.
It's a nice shove that he probably gives Eric Axland, because Axland's probably been giving him a few here in the game.
There have been plenty going back and forth, no doubt about that. 46-32 remains the score. Rich will bring it up into the front court. Tell you, I'm sure that ankle is sore, but it hasn't looked like it's affected him that much. Cogley knocks the ball away, and it's going to be out of bounds to Mitchell because Rich tried to get it back, and he had a foot standing on the sideline. Tom Cogley is out there stealing the ball at the 10-second line. Well, that tells you what kind of player he is.
I'm just kind of thinking it might be time for a picture in the paper on Cogley, Kippis, Sudbeck.
Yeah, I think you're probably right on that one. This has been the team effort of the year for the Colonels tonight. Here's Miller down low, puts it up and in. He's going to be fouled. Got it at the block, took the drop step, scores. 14 points for Miller. All of his 12 came in the first quarter. He picked up a 3rd foul with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Sat the half. And we've got a timeout on the floor called by Coach Derek Roby. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Mom's cleaning out the freezer again, because
where your productivity is our business. Advanced Business Concepts.
Back to the Corn Palace where Mike Miller will go to the free throw line. An updated score from Pierre with 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Pierre 39, Huron 37. They're having a good battle up there for that third place game. Free throw by Miller is good, gives him 15, and it's 49-32, and all of a sudden the clock is going to become a factor here for the Golden Eagles. Still a lot of time left now, but they cannot let this lead get any more than it is. They got to start chipping away here a little bit. Out front, Josh Reif. Sudbeck on him. Comes to Rich, right-hand side. Back to Reif, and now to Geffrey out front. Tries to make a move on Kuiper, can't go. Back into the hands of Aaron Rich. Takes it left baseline. Slides a pass in. Cogley again is there to knock it away. Out to Kuiper and up to Sudbeck. Just holds on. Now Miller, left-hand corner. Going to take the 3, and it's good. Miller started to drive in. Didn't want to push his way along the baseline. Chance of getting that foul. Just stepped back and hit the 3, and it's 52-32. Out front, Reif. Bounce pass, Rich. He's going to go with a three-pointer. That's good from the left-hand corner. That is only, though, the second basket of the ball game for Aaron Rich. Maybe the ankles bother him. You know, it doesn't look outwardly like he's having that much trouble moving on it. He's moving pretty well, but just has not been able to score points tonight. He's got 5. 52-35 with 4:25 to play. Kuiper down to the right corner to Sudbeck. Mitchell can be very choosy on their shots now. Aberdeen already is in the 1-1, so they do not want to foul Mitchell. Put him on the line. Miller holding the ball up top. Just retreating on the dribble. As the time runs down, now what do we got here? Something away from the ball, way down underneath the basket. Well, Cogley's in the middle of it. You can bet on that. And it looks like he and Reif.
Yep.
And Josh Reif is going to end up getting the foul here. Well, it's going to be Sudbeck going to the free throw line. Well, Cogley was doing the talking. I thought he was in on it for sure. Sudbeck will go to the line. He will shoot the 1-1/8 team foul. The free throw is no good. The rebound pulled down by Aberdeen Central. 4 minutes to play. And the Colonels are looking in pretty good shape here, up by 17 points for the district championship. In the middle of the lane, turnaround will roll in for Eric Axlin. 8 points for Axlin. He and Geoffrey with 8 apiece lead the scoring. Full court pressure now by Aberdeen. Miller tries to split the defense, and they're going to grab onto him. He will get the free throws coming up. And that will be number 9. So from here on out, it'll be 2 shots on everything for the Colonels, and that makes it pretty tough to come back. 3:46 on the clock. Well, if the Colonels hold on and win, they will take a 17-4 record into the state AA to try and defend their championship for the 3rd year in a row. Miller's free throw comes up short. His first miss of the night. 5 of 6 from the line.
11 of 14 as a team.
Bounce pass down low, turned around by Axlin, wouldn't fall. Now they scramble for it. Cogley flips it back out onto the floor. Ball still way up in the air. Oh, man, Cogley comes flying through the air. He's going to get the foul. Well, the Colonel fans don't like it. Cogley is just out there like it's roller derby. I mean, his body is flying every which way but loose. That time, he just kind of dove into the pile like we're playing a little rugby. And comes up with his 4th foul. You gotta love it. You gotta love the way he plays the game. So Aberdeen will get it back here. And now out from a travel, going to be called on Josh White. So the Colonels will get it right back anyway. Well, 3:25 to go, and still holding on to the 52-37 lead. That was the 4th foul on Cogley, by the way. Inbounds pass, Miller, 3-on-1 as he comes down the floor, slips it to Young for lay-in. Tony Young with his first basket of the ball game, 54-37. Aberdeen right back. Here's a 3 from the right-hand corner. Too strong. Cogley with it. Mike Burgard misfired. Out it comes to Miller. Gary Munson says, slow it down here a little bit. Miller was ready to go to the basket with it.
He got the whistle.
Yes, he did.
From the bench.
3 minutes to play. Kuiper on the dribble. Side to side. Miller will launch a three-pointer. In and out. No good. Rebound Aberdeen, and Gary Munson says something to Mike Miller I can about imagine. Do we want a 3 at that point? Probably not. But it appears that this game might be about all done. 54-37. Here's Rich taking it down the middle of the lane. He'll bank it up and in. Tough shot. 7 points for Aaron Rich. Full court pressure. Kuiper with it. A 3-on-1 again. Young across the lane. Miller for the dunk. Mike Miller with 20 points, and he's only played half a basketball game. It's 56-39. Josh Reif into the front court. 2:10 to go. Here's Knight for a three-pointer. That's good. Chris Knight nails it. He takes over the scoring lead with 9 points for the Eagles now. 56-42. They're going to foul Miller in the backcourt. And who's it on? Either Burgard or Rich. It'll be Burgard. So Miller will walk down to the far end of the floor. And it looks like the Colonel's string of state tournament appearances will stay alive here. 1982, the last year Mitchell did not make it to a state tournament. So it has been quite a string. And they will be back to defend. Miller looking for point number 21 and has it. 12 in the first quarter, nothing. Second quarter, nothing third quarter. And you still got 21 points. Second shot on the way is also good. 58-42 with exactly 2 minutes to go in this championship game. Burgard up the right-hand side, bounce underneath. Axlin had it went right through his hands and out of bounds. Eric Axlin had the lane to the basket as he turned, and the ball just slipped out of his hands. Colonels will have it in the back court. Well, of course, Aberdeen will have to wait a bit to see who they are going to play. None of the other regions are underway, or districts, I should say, are underway here as yet. They will be played next week. Well, they do know they're going to have to travel out to Rapid, where Steve pointed out earlier, they've been a couple times already. They played both Central and Stevens. Came out on the short end. Ball knocked away at the baseline by Burgard. Will still belong to Mitchell. And I talked to Derek Roby a little bit about that before the game, and he said they did not play well against Stevens. He's confident they can beat Stevens. Central, he says, is tough. Pass underneath. Nice look by Miller into Cogley. Cogley with 13 points on the night. He was the key factor for the Colonels in that third quarter when he had 7 points. Kuiper with a steal to Miller. Going to go in. Whoa! He's grabbed from behind by Burgard. And the Mitchell fans will get on Burgard, as he was not about to give Mike Miller the jam at the other end. And now we're going to get subs coming in for the Colonels with 1:19 to go as the game is over with. And no need to get anybody hurt here. The only one that's still on the court is Mike Miller, and if he makes his free throws, he will come out of the ball game. The Colonel fans giving the other four a great round of applause. What a team win here tonight. Miller's free throw rattles the rim, comes out no good. He'll have one more coming. 60-42. This one up, and this one's good. Miller will finish with 23 points in less than a half of a 22-year score. We'll return in just 30 seconds.
If you don't like to gamble but still like a sure bet, then talk to Paulson Sheet Metal about a Trane high-efficiency furnace. With a Trane furnace, you'll enjoy warm, comfortable living and save money on your monthly utility bill. Odds are, if your furnace is more than...
In the lead from Pierre, 46-41. Well, Huron trying to stay alive there, and again, that's in the fourth quarter. Aberdeen with the basketball. Colonels with new players on the floor here. We'll identify them when we get a chance, and we will do that right now as we'll get a dead ball and a foul. We got Matt Macheski on the floor, Matt Colhane also out there, Ryan Garretts, Jordan Pitts, and Luke Mentel are the five on the floor for the Gold and Black right now. At the free throw line for Aberdeen Central, Trevor Winborn. Haven't seen that much of Winborn tonight. He played a lot against Mitchell up at Aberdeen, and I thought he played very well.
This is his first time he's gotten in the game.
Free throw is up and good.
That's just their second free throw they've made the whole game. 2 for 8, Aberdeen.
And Mitchell has shot pretty well from the line tonight. Well, Winborn will nail them both. 61-44 with just a minute to play as Mentel will bring it up into the front court. And the Colonels will finish 17-4, and we'll have a layoff now of about 10, 11 days before they head out to Rapid City. Jordan Pitts is going to get fouled as he's got it on the right-hand wing. He'll go to the line to shoot a couple. Well, let's see. Jordan here, 7 of 12 from the free throw line on the year. 58%, and puts it up and good. 62-44. That makes the 8th player to score for the Colonels. Second free throw won't go down. Eagles on the rebound. They push it into the front court. With it, Buddy Johnston, left-hand side, leaves it behind Winborn. Now out front, Knights trying to get off a shot, can't do it. Gets a pass side of the lane, ball knocked loose on the floor, picked back up by Aberdeen. There's a shot from the free throw line. That one won't go down, put up, I believe it was Winborn. No, it wasn't either. It was Josh Hyden who took it. Now Hyden again with a shot, no good. Rebound still loose underneath, comes into the corner. They go sliding out of bounds. It will be Mitchell's basketball with 20 seconds to go in the game. Well, there's no question that the third quarter was the story of this one. With Miller on the bench the whole way, the Colonels extended their lead and outscored Aberdeen 15-9 in that quarter. Here's Macheski from the right side. His shot won't fall. Rebound pulled out by the Eagles. 6 looks like it's just around. That will be it. The Colonels. Final score, Mitchell 62 at Aberdeen Central 44. So Aberdeen Central will move into